Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today in front of us we have 9 Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron mystery vehicle and figure sets. These are all part of Series 5 and were released in 2024. Now if you've been watching my channel, you'll know I'm not the biggest fan anymore of mystery boxes or blind boxes. For those who don't know what these are, or what the term blind box means, it's when you buy an item and you really don't know what you're getting inside. Yes, you may have a list that says, well, there's 8 different figures that you could get, but, you know, it's a roll of the dice. Are you going to get the chase vehicle? Are you going to get the Mandalorian on his speeder? Or are you just going to get another duplicate? It's in the air, nobody knows. Now, I know the hardcore collectors out there will tell me, well, these boxes, Dave, come in a bigger box, and those bigger boxes, you can sort of figure out which ones come in which box, but the average person doesn't know that. If I buy these off eBay or Amazon or other internet sites, they're going to come to me like this. You know, you're not going to know what case it is, so technically that only works if you're in Target or Walmart or Hot Topic or other stores that sell these things, and you're examining the larger box. For the average buyer, we're stuck with these. Now for this video, what I'm going to do is take a page from the LEGO collector community. When they have blind boxes, some genius out there decided, you know, I'm done buying all these because I'm wasting so much money. Why don't I just weigh the boxes? If you have a weight, then you know what comes in which box. So I'm sitting there the other day thinking about this, and I went, you know, that's ingenious. And you would think to yourself that Legos would weigh the same, no matter what, because they're just minifigures, but each one came with accessories, and you know what? I'll be dipped. It worked. And I couldn't believe it. Now, I don't have the cojones to go to a store and, you know, bring my scale with me and start weighing things. That's not my style. However, because I've been writing my book and taking measurements on different collectibles, I have a really good scale, which can transfer to grams and ounces. It's why I've been given the dimensions lately in all my videos. So what we're going to do today is we're going to weigh each one of these boxes. Afterwards, I will label them 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 9. And then we will open up each one. And we're going to see if, you know, does the data work? Does weighing them make a difference? Does a speeder bike weigh one weight and a chase weigh another? Well, we're going to find out today. So enough of yapping. Let's get started with today's video. We're going to weigh these boxes, crack them open, and review what we get inside. So we have a lot to cover, so let's get to it. Bloop. So before I start weighing all these and cracking them open, let's take a quick look at the box here. We have Star Wars, we have Star Killer Base, pretty interesting art there. We have our title, our series, it's a mystery. On the side, we have all 8 that we can find in these boxes. Now, I love the diversity of this particular set. We have a Geonosian, a battle droid. Pretty cool. I think this right here is Boba Fett. And I don't know who these are. But you know what? We're going to find out. These are brand new. I found these in my local Walmart. So they're hot off the presses. Copyright crap on the side. Looking pretty cool. Now we do have a code here, but I don't know if that means anything. Maybe I should take a note of that. And then there's the actual scale. So, pretty cool box. I love the shiny bits. The purple for Series 5. Looking good. So let's start weighing. You know, just one time, I really want to make a montage where I could put it to the song One Foot in Front of the Other by Bone Symphony. They did the song for Revenge of the Nerds, one of my all-time favorite movies. Well, speaking of nerds, let's take a look at the data. So looking at my handy-dandy notebook here, we can see there's a bunch of numbers written down. What I did was I took measurements of each box a total of 3 times. If it was the same weight, I just put a little dot or a mark next to it. Some of them I did write it out, but I'm gonna clean this up for everybody so that way it's more readable. Alright, now this is much better than looking at that chicken scratch in the notebook. So on the left hand side we have the numbered boxes, in the center we have the weight in grams, and then on the right hand side we have the weight converted into ounces. So what does this all mean? It means that we do have some boxes that could be duplicates, or some that are very similar in weight. For example, box 6, 7, and 8 all are very close. We're talking 21.61 through 21.70 if you count the 2 to 3 decimal places that the scale picked up in grams. I rounded that, of course, to just 21, but they are very close. My scale picks up the cardboard, the amount of tape used, so everything adds up. Later on, I'm probably going to weigh each ship, so if the ships are all the same weight, then therefore there must be a difference in the box or the tape, which is very interesting. But these weights are very accurate. Now, besides the similar weight in box 6, 7, and 8, we also have others that sort of have the same weight, such as box 1 and box 4, which both measure in at about 24 grams. I didn't open the boxes yet as of recording this, so we definitely have a lot to cover. I got the boxes numbered, the stage is set, so let's crack these bad boys open and see what the data shows. Okay, so this is box number 1. What's inside? I have no clue, so let's find out. Get a finger in there and rip it open. Alright, so let's see. Okay, looks like we have the Hover E-Web Blaster with Din Djarin. I really wanted this one. Got like 15,000 Din Djarins. But I do love the E-Web Blaster. This looks cool. We've seen it before, but I love it. Now, looking at Din Djarin, we've seen this guy time and time again. He features 7 different colors, including gray, black, brown, dark brown, silver, tan, and dark tan. You can see the figure is beautifully molded, and the cape is removable. I'll do that for you right now. For the size, he comes in at 2.6 centimeters, or 1 inch, and for the weight, it's 0.66 grams, or 0.024 ounces. As you can see, the helmet does not have black for the visor, but if you have a fine point marker, you can do that yourself. For articulation, the arms can rotate all the way around, and at the waist, the legs can go up. Yes, we've seen it a couple times, but it's a nice minifigure. Well done. Having a closer look at the E-Web Blaster and its hover platform, if you will, I love the detail on here. Now I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, but just check out all the fine details on here. We have some battle scarring on the base, nice legs and components, just very well thought out. See the center section, we have like a tripod thing going there, and I dig it. The actual barrel itself and the trigger unit looks fantastic. Here we can see the top, looking great with those details. Just really cool. Here's a back view, very nice. And one part I really enjoy looking at is the actual bottom of the craft. We have our 3 engines, all the hoses. This looks very cool, and we have a ball socket right there for our stand, which is specifically made for this piece. The cannon does also rotate. Sadly, it does not go up and down. Now getting the stand, you can see it does have a ball right there. Just put it on like so. And it's a little snug at first, but the more you work it, you know, it loosens up and you can position it any way you would like. Now right here, this is the clip to hold your figure. Now translucent plastic and me don't get along, but just take your time, be gentle, and Din Din Djarin will fit on there. And then you just gotta position it to your liking. I like to have him so he's like, sort of putting his feet on the base of the hover platform and then sort of using it. I don't know, I just like to have it in some sort of action pose. There's only so much you could do with these things, but I think it came out great. Having a closer look at the E-Web Blaster and its hover base, for the colors we have 4: green, metallic dark gray, and the actual barrel and control unit is a little bit different than the base, but that's also a dark metallic gray, and then we have a light wash on here, and I think it looks great. For the length, the size comes in at 3.5 centimeters or 1.37 inches, and for the weight, it comes in at 4.57 grams or 0.161 ounces. All in all, I think this piece here is very nice. If you have a bunch of stormtroopers, these could count as turrets that you could set up all over if you're into making dioramas or just army building. But to have Din Din Djarin with the cannon instead of a stormtrooper for this wave is a good idea. I like it. What do you guys think? Alright, for box number 2, let's see what we got in this one. I'm hoping it's something different, but you never know. Alright. Here we have a Mandalorian with a speeder. Looks to be a Death Watch Mandalorian. That looks pretty cool, and the visor's painted. Nice. We're gonna have to take a closer look at that. We got our stand, and we have our... I think that's a Bellator swoop bike. Nicely done. Let's have a closer look at all this stuff. Having a closer look at the Death Watch Mandalorian, he features 4 different colors: gray, black, blue, and silver. And I have to say, I love the color scheme, but the paint on the visor is way off. I think it's too far up on the helmet. What are you gonna do? But here we have the jetpack that can come off, which is nice. For the size of the Mandalorian, he's 2.6 centimeters or 1 inch. And for the weight, we're looking at 0.63 grams or 0.02 ounces. All in all, it's a very good minifigure with the same articulation we've come to know and love. However, that paint on the visor is killing me. It also bends at the waist. Really nice. And to put that jetpack on, it has a tiny little peg, similar to what we see with Boba Fett and his father Jango. Just gotta take your time, get it in the peg port, and you're good to go. Having a closer look at the Bellator swoop bike, hopefully I'm saying that right, this thing has a lot of detail. We could see some nice little recessed areas. On the bottom, we have copyright crap, a peg port for the stand, our pedals, little fins. The engine section in the front looks very cool. We have slight paneling here and there. We see some nice little shapes and curves and angles. We have our seat and control panel and levers. Or I should say levers. But very nice. I really do like this one quite a bit. And for the stand, we could plug it in like so. And it's just friction. Nothing really holds it in there. And then to get our Mandalorian, let's get him on there. And all in all, it looks fantastic. What do you guys think about this set? For the Bellator swoop bike, we have about 4 different colors: light gray, blue, black, and metallic dark gray. For the length, it comes in at 4.5 centimeters or 1.7 inches, and for the weight, it comes in at 2.75 grams, or 0.09 ounces. All in all, I love the design of this particular piece. I love the paint job with that gray and blue working together. And the Mandalorian fits well. Sure, the paint may be a little off on the helmet, but the rest of the figure looks fantastic. Okay, box number 3. What are we gonna get this time? Let's crack this baby open. Oh, another Death Watch Mandalorian. What a coinkydink. Same weight as the last one. We're gonna have to take a look at the data in a few. Okay, for box 4, let's see what we got in this one. Now this had the same weight as box number 1, and yep, here we go. The Mandalorian and his hover E-Web. For box number 5, let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, and oh nice. Here we have the staff battle droid. Looking very sharp. Okay, we have our battle droid. Looking pretty cool. And we have our staff, which looks really good. Get that stand out there. Oh, we're gonna have to get a closer look at this. Pretty nice. Having a closer look at the battle droid, it features one color, orange. I wish it had a wash to make the details pop, but it is what it is. For the size, it comes in at 2.6 centimeters tall, or 1 inch, and for its weight, it's 0.40 grams, or 0.01 ounces. I think this looks great, and it also does feature articulation. The arms can rotate all the way around, and the legs bend at the hips. Pretty cool. Having a closer look at the stat, this thing looks fantastic. I love the detailing on the barrels of the weapons and where the actual levers for the hands connect to the main body. Very nicely done. We could see some little engines there. Looking very nice. And this is a prequel ship, so it does have some aerodynamic elements to it. Very curved. Not so industrial looking as we see in the original trilogy, but I dig it nonetheless. For those who don't know, STAP actually stands for Single Trooper Aerial Platform. In all honesty, I do think this is a very nicely done mini vehicle. For the base, it is designed specifically for this piece, so you slide it in like so, and just like that, you're good to go. Now, this does have one of those clips like we saw with the E-Web. However, the droid fits on nicely. You don't gotta fight it or nothing. Fantastic looking. Having a closer look at the Staff Battle Droid, this bad boy has 4 different colors: dark tan, metallic dark gray, black, and silver. It even has little black bits for battle damage, which I think is a nice touch. For the height, it comes in at 3.5 centimeters or 1.37 inches, and for the weight, it's 1 gram or 0.03 ounces. All in all, I think this is a great set. The ship is nicely detailed and beautiful. The figure looks great. I wish it did have a wash on there just to make the details pop more, and a stand being customly made to fit this particular ship is a very nice touch. Okay, up next we have box number 6. So let's see what's in here. Crack it open and oh, great! This is a Lothal speeder. I think the actual name is the AVA speeder bike. This looks amazing. Look at that trooper. Always love the Imperial combat drivers. Pretty nice. We got our stand and look at this speeder. Now that is detailed. I'm liking this. We're going to have to get a closer look ASAP. Fantastic looking. I'm very impressed with this one. Having a closer look at the Imperial combat driver, this guy looks fantastic. We have 7 different colors, including white, gray, silver, red, blue, dark gray, and black. Just look at the details on here. From the helmet down to the boots, this is a fantastic looking piece. I'm very impressed. Looking sharp. Now it does feature the same articulation. The arms can rotate and the legs can bend. For the height, it comes in at 2.6 centimeters or 1 inch. And for the weight, 0.47 grams or 0.01 ounces. Well done. Now this speeder looks magnificent. We can see some panel lines. Great mold in here. My lord, this looks fantastic. I love all the little pipes and little sections in the center, the pedals on the bottom. Look at the engine section and those fins. This is very nice. The seat, the controls. This is really cool. Very nice. On the bottom we have our peg port for the stand. So let me grab that real quick. And it's like a friction port, so you just slide it in and then you're good to go. But my word, this looks beautiful. I love all the details and little components. Let me get the trooper. We'll stick him on that bike. Fits great. This is great. I really enjoy it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. For the Lothal speeder, we have 5 different colors: tan, silver, yellow, gray, and dark gray. And I think they work beautifully for this piece, and it goes very well with the paint job on the figure. Now for the length of this speeder, we have 6 centimeters or 2.3 inches. And for the weight, it's 2.63 grams or 0.09 ounces. You know, there's a lot of cool ships in this set, but this one is probably my favorite. I think the detailing looks fantastic. The paint is solid. The figure is magnificent. This isn't even a chase. This is just really good. A lot of the little scout class vehicles in these waves are really fantastic, and this is one of the best. Okay, box number 7. Now 6, 7, and 8 are all around the same type of weight, I believe. So, oh, great. This is the Geonosian. Very cool. I'm actually looking forward to this one. And the speeder looks like the speeder that Count Dooku has, which is a Flitnot speeder. But this is fantastic. I love how we're getting like aliens and stuff. Really cool. For the Flitnot speeder, looks pretty interesting. I love the CIS color scheme. Pretty cool. We'll get a closer look of both of these in just a few. Let me get the stand out. Okay. For the Geonosian, he looks fantastic. I love the mold on here. The head, the eyes are painted. We have a belt. I wish there was a little wash on him to bring out all these beautiful details, but I dig it. For the colors, we have 3, brown, black, and gold. For its height, it's 2.5 centimeters, or 0.98 inches, and for the weight, we're looking at 0.63 grams, or 0.02 ounces. Now for the articulation, it does suffer a bit from those big wings. We can see that the arms can rotate, but then it's hindered by the wings. So just put them back, and for the legs, mine are a little firm, but they do move quite a bit. All in all, a great piece. Looking at the Flipknot speeder, this looks great. At the bottom, we have our peg port for the stand. We can see that, typical prequel type aerodynamic looking curves, but it's not so clear cut. We can see, yes, there are a lot of circular shapes, but everything has panel lines. It's very detailed. We have some engine areas. The seats are molded. I love the pedals and the control panels. Just a really cool piece. For the stand, pegs in right there with friction. And wow, what a great looking ship. Now, does the Geonosian fit? Well, let's find out. Yes, it does, and I think it looks great. Pretty cool. What do you guys think about this one? Let me know in the comments below. Love the paint on here. So the Flipknot speeder itself has about 4 different colors. We have light gray, blue, dark gray, and white. And I love the CIS color scheme, so this is right up my alley. I think it's very clean, nicely done. The CIS symbol looks amazing. For its length, it comes in at 5 centimeters or 1.9 inches. And for its weight, it's 2.37 grams or 0.08 ounces. I think this is probably my second favorite so far. The Geonosian looks fantastic. The ship itself is beautiful. I really got to get my hands on a Count Dooku version. Hope I get another one of these. Alright, box number 8. Again, let's crack it open, see what we got here. And, oh nice, another Geonosian. I'm not even mad at that. Okay, last one, box number 9. What wonders await us? Let's find out together. Okay, and we have another Death Watch Mandalorian with a better painted helmet. Alright, so that covers boxes 1 through 9. So what I have here in front of us is the grams, and then what came in those boxes. So I know it looks like a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the doubles, and try and make this more clear for us. And what we have here is 24 grams for the E-Web Blaster, 22 grams for the Bellator Swoop Bike, 20 grams for the Stap Battle Droid, and then here's where it gets a little sketchy. It's 21 grams for the speeder bike, the Lethal Speeder, and also 21 grams for the Flipknot Speeder. So it's very close. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video before I even opened these, the last couple were all around 21 grams. Now, my scale was very accurate, but it wasn't accurate enough to give a specific difference between the two ships. Like I said, it picked up the cardboard, it picked up the tape, differences between the two. So, I don't know what to say. Oddly enough, I did measure every single ship I got today, and all the ships and the plastic insert all weighed the same amount. The cardboard with the tape, even though it was ripped, all measured a little different. So to get an exact measurement is very hard. But I think I did a decent job for just buying 9 of them. What do you guys think? And we're not done. Those codes on the side of the boxes, I said I would look into it. Well, after I opened them, I started writing it all down in my handy dandy notebook. but who wants to look at this chicken scratch? So let's get it to a nice whiteboard format. There we go. So this is the data I compiled. The E-Web Blaster, the Lothal Speeder Bike, and the Bellator Swoop Bike all have the same codes on the boxes. Then the Flitnot Speeder Bike and the Staff Battle Droid all have their own code. That's as far as I got. I don't have any chases, sadly, but we did get all the commons in the set. Having said that, this was a small size. It was only 9 items. If I had the money or if they had the product, I would have got more. But I think for what it is, the video was a success. You know, we saw the codes, we weighed all the items, so we definitely have some data to work with. Alright, real quick, let me dump out my other blind bag vehicles, and we'll put them all together. And just look at all these. They look fantastic. We have Anakin Skywalker, General Grievous, some Ewoks there, Mandalorians, Cad Bane, and the list goes on and on. All of them aren't even in the shot, they go off to the sides of the frame. But you could see, with our new vehicles compared to the older ones, they look fantastic together. Each one is super detailed, painted well, and I think all in all, this is a beautiful line of miniature scout class vehicles for the Micro Galaxy Squadron line. My favorites, if I had to pick, right off the mark, I would have to go with the Ewoks. I think those minifigures look fantastic. Also, anything Mandalorian inspired looks great, and General Grievous on that wheel bike looks insane. Perhaps one day in the future I'll be reviewing these one at a time instead of making a giant 30-minute epic, but you know, I'm very happy with this line. I think it came out great. It just stinks you gotta hunt them down to find the ones you really like. And that does it today for our little science experiment looking at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 5 Mystery Vehicle and Figure Sets. Today we looked at 9 of these blind boxes, we weighed them, we looked at the codes, came up with a little conclusion here and there, had some data to look at, but I had a lot of fun today. I loved opening these up with you, not knowing what was inside, using some science, and also doing a lot of little reviews in this video. It took a lot of time, but it was fun and worth it. With the 5 vehicles we had today, I think my favorite was the Lothal Speeder. I think that one was top tier. Details, paint, everything was working for that little set, and the minifigure is great as well. Number 2, gonna have to go with the Geonosian on the Flitnot Speeder. I think that looks great, and it's something different. It's not a trooper, it's a Geonosian. He looks great, or she. I really dig it. Moving on from there, obviously the Battle Droid on the Staff looks good. The Mandalorian on the Bellator Swoop Bike. The one had a messed up visor, the second one was a little better with the paint, so I'll be displaying that one. Again, a solid addition. And then of course we have Din Djarin on the E-Web Blaster on the hover platform, which I do like. However, how many Mandalorians am I going to get? I have like 15 Din Djarins. Having said all that, this is a great set. I really love the diversity here. Lots of different items from different backgrounds, and it's great. Sadly, in today's adventure, we didn't get any chases, but having reviewed basically the whole set of Series 5, I'm gonna have to hunt down those chases and review them, just so I can have a complete collection on here. And that's basically everything I have to say about the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Mystery Vehicle and Figure Sets today. Now, I'm not gonna lie, everyone, I had a blast making this video. It took a long time, and there was a lot of parts, but I had a blast. I love doing the sound recording, the video editing, the weighing, the opening, the miniature reviews. Everything for me adds up, and it was just, the stress was just leaving my head as I was working on this piece. So I really hope that it came out good, and everyone at home was entertained and found it educational, not just for the pieces that I reviewed, but also for the data of weighing them as well. I know a lot of us won't go to the store with a scale, but it's something I guess you could do. Might save you a few bucks. But all in all, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my content, especially this video. It means a lot to me. I know times are a little tough and everybody's busy working or going to school. So the fact that you took time out of your hectic schedule to watch my content really means a lot to me. And I hope to see you guys back for another video next time. Bye, everybody. You know, when I saw this, all I could think about was those 1990s commercials when things were stacked like this. And I'm sorry, everybody. Pew pew!